Coaching and the link to feedback. Coaching to create high performance is underpinned by the ability to give effective feedback. Typically, a coaching need is unearthed when a manager provides feedback on performance to their team member, or as a result of feedback that others have provided to the coachee. So, what is feedback? A definition which is helpful is, feedback is a communication to a person which gives them information about their performance, their behavior and its impact on others. Giving feedback provides you the opportunity to 1. Be honest with your colleagues about their behavior and performance. 2. Recognize them as individuals. 3. Identify what needs to be improved. 4. Create an opportunity for coaching to help them improve. And 5. Help others realize their potential. Feedback can help the individual to grow. It adds a further dimension to what you know about yourself and the public front that we display. Our public front is what we recognize in ourselves as well as what others see. However, sometimes people will see you differently from the way you see yourself, and you may be unaware of this. Sometimes you may be displaying emotions or behavior that impact negatively on the group around you, but you are unaware of that. Feedback illuminates the blind spots we all have about ourselves and increases our self-awareness. Feedback helps increase our self-awareness and thereby opens areas which we can potentially capitalize on, improve and develop. Beliefs about feedback. Fundamental to being able to give effective feedback is the belief that feedback is a helpful, healthy and positive communication between two people. As we have seen, the purpose of feedback is to maintain and improve performance. It should therefore have both a positive intention and impact. Consequently, it is vital that the whole feedback process, whether giving motivational feedback on what has gone well, or developmental feedback on where the individual can improve, is conducted in a positive and constructive way. There are two types of feedback that you can give and receive: motivational feedback and developmental feedback. Motivational feedback centers around praise, what the individual is doing well, what you as their manager would like them to continue, their strengths. Providing motivational feedback boosts an individual's confidence when the words are sincere and well meant. It encourages them to continue demonstrating behaviors which are their strengths. Developmental feedback centers around areas for improvement and development, what the individual could do better. You will notice that I have used the term developmental feedback, not criticism or constructive feedback, as the intention is to help the individual to improve. All feedback should be constructive, and if you start a feedback session by using words such as criticism, the impact will be that the individual regards the session as such. Providing feedback on performance should be a regular part of a manager's role. Like coaching itself, it should have a positive intent to improve performance and to keep people on track. So why do many managers, not just in IT, but everywhere, neglect this important skill or leave it to the once-yearly performance review? I have found that, in practice, managers often shy away from both giving and asking for feedback. Below are some of the possible reasons. Some people hold back from giving motivational feedback because 1. They think that compliments are inappropriate, because the staff member is only doing what they are paid to do. 2. They feel too embarrassed. 3. They believe that the person receiving the feedback may relax and take it easy. 4. They believe that the person receiving the feedback may be suspicious of their motives. 5. They think that the feedback may be misinterpreted as a ploy to fish for compliments in return. 6. They don't like receiving motivational feedback themselves. Some people hold back from giving developmental feedback because 1. They worry that they might upset the receiver. 2. They are concerned that the receiver may reject them or reject the feedback. 3. They are concerned that the person might retaliate with developmental feedback themselves. 4. They are concerned that it may end in a confrontation that would be difficult to resolve and might damage future relations. 5. They think that the issue is too trivial, and that it would be better saved up for something more substantial. 6. They don't like receiving developmental feedback themselves. Do any of the above reasons strike a chord with you? 10 tips for giving effective motivational and developmental feedback. So, how should you provide feedback? Do remember to consider the receiver when you provide feedback. Most of us prefer feedback to be given in private and as soon after the event as possible. Feedback can be written or spoken, and mostly the latter is more powerful. Here are 10 tips for giving effective feedback. 1. Prioritize your feedback. Don't overload the receiver. 1. It is better to provide feedback on 2 to 3 points, rather than on 30, which are then more likely to be forgotten. 2. Give feedback on observed behavior. What the individual has said or done. Don't make subjective judgments. 2. It is better to say, "I noticed that you did not contact the sponsor last week," rather than, "I think you can't be bothered to make contact with the sponsor." 3. Be specific. Use examples, don't make generalizations. 3. It is more effective to say, "I really liked the way the report was laid out clearly," than, "Well done for the report." 4. Give motivational feedback before developmental. Don't start on a negative when you have a positive to offer too. 5. Do separate motivational from developmental feedback. Do not link the two with "but," or "however," as this negates what has gone before. 6. Be clear about what the individual did well and what they could do to improve. 7. Ask questions when giving feedback. Don't make the conversation one-sided. Ask the individual what they think they did well, where they think they can improve. 8. Time your feedback. Say it while it is fresh, don't wait till a long time after the event. 9. When providing feedback, own it. Make it personal to you. Unless you are using 360 degrees feedback as part of the coaching session. Best practice is to feedback on behavior which you have personally observed and not on that which has been reported to you by someone else. 10. Have a positive intention when you give feedback. Don't use feedback to get at someone. The purpose of feedback is to help the individual.